your inner guidance isn't missing, it's being overridden. Let's start with you are not lacking intuition. You are lacking follow through on intuition. And that changes everything. Because most people assume, I don't know what I want, I can't trust my gut, I'm not intuitive. But that's not actually happening. You're receiving signals, you're just not acting on them early enough for them to shape your reality. Now, intuition is not vague. It is instant body-based knowing before thought arrives. It shows up as a yes or a no feeling in the body, expansion or contraction, ease or resistance, clarity without explanation, calm certainty or subtle discomfort. It's fast. It's faster than logic, which is exactly why it gets missed. Because the mind is slower but louder. So what happens is this. The signal comes in and immediately gets overridden. You are not disconnected from your intuition. You are interrupting it before it becomes action. Here's the sequence most people live in. Intuition, hesitation, thinking, doubt, delay, inaction. And by the time you decide, the clarity's gone. Not because intuition disappeared, because it was not followed. Most people were trained directly or indirectly to override their bodies, trust logic over sensation, second-guess instinct, seek external validation, delay decisions until certainty appears. So the system learns don't trust the first signal and it creates a split. Body knows, mind argue, action gets delayed. The gap is where self-trust breaks down. Now the body is always first. Intuition always arrives in the body before the mind catches up. So when you feel a tightening in the stomach, something's off. A sense of expansion, something's aligned. Instant hesitation, it's not right for you. Calm clarity, this is correct. That is the signal, not the thought after it. The moment you move into thinking, you're already leaving intuition and entering analysis. So step one is recognize the signal. First shift, awareness. I stop, dismiss subtle body signals. I notice contraction, expansion, pull forward, pull away, internal ease or resistance. And I don't analyze it. I register it. Because if you don't recognize the signal, you can't act on it. Now, step two is you want to ground before you decide. Now I stabilize the system, feet on the ground, breath slows. Why? Because without grounding, fear and overthinking distort the signal. Grounding removes the noise. It brings you back into the physical reality instead of the mental projections. Now, step three is you stop the mental override. This is where most people lose it. The mind immediately jumps in with the, but what if? I should think about this more. Let me just be sure. And I'll do one thing here. I don't follow it. I return to the body signal because intuition does not require negotiation. Thinking is where distortion enters. Now, step four is we want to close the loop. Intuition into action. This is the shift. I act. Doesn't have to be perfectly, not with certainty, but quickly enough to stay aligned with the signal. Now, that might look like saying yes or no without over-explaining. Maybe stepping back from something that feels off, moving towards something that feels clean, setting a boundary immediately, not waiting for external validation. Because every delay teaches your system not to trust itself. Every action rebuilds that trust. Now, step five is you want to stabilize after the action. We want integration. Sometimes acting on intuition challenges old patterns, so I'll stabilize, breathe, grounding, body awareness. This tells the system we are safe when we follow ourselves. That is how intuition becomes embodied, not theoretical. So why intuition disappears under pressure? This is the key. You don't lose intuition. You lose access to it when the nervous system is activated. Because activation brings fear, urgency, overthinking, people-pleasing, controlling patterns, and those override subtle body signals. So intuition gets buried under the survival responses. Not gone, just drowned out. Don't wait for life-changing moments. I want you to train this in small daily choices. So what feels right to eat? Whether to respond now or later. Whether something feels aligned or draining. Whether your body relaxes or tightens in a situation. Each time you act on the signal, you strengthen your self-trust. Each time you ignore it, you weaken it. Simple. If you want to strengthen this in your system, I've created a free ground and reset practice audio. It helps you to drop out of your mental noise, stabilize the nervous system, clear emotional interference, reconnect to body-based clarity, strengthen intuition, recognition in real time. Use it when your mind's loud, when you feel disconnected, when you're second-guessing yourself. You need to reset before making decisions. Now, this is not a relaxation. This is retraining your system to hear yourself again. Download it directly from my website. Links down and below. Now, you are intuitive. You are just not consistently acting on what you already know. And the gap between knowing and doing is where your life either stays the same or starts to shift. Intuition is not the problem. The follow-through is. So don't forget to like and share and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and I'll catch you on the next video.